You know what's funny? Now, actually,
You have to see that much.
very dangerous. Sometimes these horses get sick. It's not just they drop, but they get like mentally sick. I've seen it happen again. All the
Gonna take a picture of you too, huh?
That's on you. I know I got one of you. Oh, okay. Well, we need to be at this wall, man.
No, güey, todavía está una hora, güey.
Yeah, man.
But it just seems like you came all the way down here. Like, you said maybe.
We're helping out. We're helping out.
Yeah.
And where can I find some of that oil gel, man?
Or
Since
gel.
yeah.
Over on Mr. Crookless. You don't remember me? It's
Please.
down on the right
Oh
hand
yeah,
side.
I do.
All
I
right.
do.
Thank you.
Suzanne's out here.
Hey, gorgeous. You think you could help me out here?
What did you need help
I
with?
need some oil gel.
Or gel. Next section.
Yeah, but do you mind? Where are we? Hey, you got the one for the kids? They seem to work better than the
Okay.
grown-up. Give me the one for the babies. They seem to work real swell.
Brushes. Or gel.
Or gel. The one for the don't they have one for the babies?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Okay.
They work better than for the adults. Here you go. Here you go, babe.
You're not recording right now, are you?
I'm waiting on my oil gel.
Yeah, you're not recording though, are you?
I'm
No?
waiting on my oil gel.
Sir, it's 307 more.
Have a nice afternoon. Oh my God. You have somebody here? Hi. Well, if I'm here and you need to just let us know. All right. Anybody in there?
Do you need another bag?
No, I'm just sticking it in my pocket. I need it in my mouth. That's where I needed that. I need to put
There's
it in
your
my
change.
mouth. Thanks, baby. Thank you.
Okay, you're all
All
set.
right.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
I'm gonna
made it.
See the people down right here?
Any comment on this? None whatsoever? Man. Have fun the curb. Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah. I'm sure with that.
Because we're close.
What's up with the juice?
Joint juice, man. It's got some water with some glucosamine and some
Oh,
B
okay.
vitamins in there for you.
I need some energy anyway. Super. This new on the market?
Yeah, it's only been out for a few months, about 10 months.
Okay.
Pay that, like, divide the fee.
Can you maybe
I go crazy.
give me a little information? What is it that you think can help me as a skater or any other person that is
Well, man,
living on wheels?
on those. You remind me of the people I used to see in New York City out by the band shell. So I would say you're doing fine, man. Just make sure you keep your eye out for some holes in the road, and you'll be fine.
That's cool.
All right.
Hey, have a good one.
You too.
Okay? So we need to educate ourselves and be open to what's going on and what this is. If you want more information, go to www.recreate68.com. There's several other different websites that you can go out to find out about exactly mentioned. Just how much bullshit are you being sold? Okay? It's your responsibility to find that out and then make a decision and act on it. So, when we talk about youth who rep hard in Denver and across the country, this next young man coming to the stage exemplifies that to the utmost. His name is DJ Kadum. DJ Kadum, motivation, E-Tep, Hotep, Vita, y'all. Put your hands together and show your love.
Come on, y'all. I need y'all to put your hands together. Let me get a clap going real quick for my man, E-Tep. Come on. No, we're gonna do it on beat. We're gonna do it on beat. It's like that. Oh. I'm DJ SD. And coming to the stage right here.
Yeah.
It's the man, DJ Kadum. E-Tep, Hotep, Vita. Motivation.
What's going on, Denver? Alright, everybody in the place to be. You about to go and rock with me and my crew. Represent the motivation, this is what we do. Peace to the African queens. Love and light. It's all peace. Yo, SD, hold on real quick. Yo, where we at? Where we at? We in Denver, show some love, y'all. Alright, that's peace. We just gonna represent how we do this. I'm coming straight from the 5 Points. I was born in the 5 Points on the east side. Right here, St. Joseph's. My family from Detroit, represent West Africa, France, Senegal, Burkina Faso. It's love. Peace, peace. This is going out to all my political prisoners. Peace to my family, dead press. Black Pegasus, Public Enemy. Hey yo, let me get some sound from DJ. Hey yo, Denver, hey, real quick, let me ask a question. Hey yo, can I kick it? Yeah. Can I kick it? Yeah. Can I kick it? Yeah. Let me spit it then, check it, yeah. Raising up for profit, not violence and silence. True method of resistance, free mentally and not imprisonment. I am a teacher, you all the students. Me not growing any life, that's irrelevant. I plant some daisies just for the smell of it. And earth's pregnant with my seed, so I'm celibate. You like the essence, the hip hop, we live in it. The ass for the love, so you won't start giving it. And this a goddamn shame, cast is pimping it. They got me sick of it, raise up your fist, kid. And demand the freedom out like my man Huey did. We tell them the truth, and we that by and by, time after time, just to revive, seeking your fire, open your eyes, and never go blind. It's all in the mind, the self-God divine, by and by, time after time, just to revive, seeking your fire, open your eyes, and never go blind. It's all in the mind, the self-God divine. Justice on my wall with the 3-color burner. Gotta free my people like I wasn't that Turner. If you didn't know, then you gotta become a learner. Birthed out the nation like I was a sojourner. Turn the page, give some love to your mother. Trying to warn a brother from the mother clock brothers. Blood suckers, been the same, so they took this from my mother. Strengths in my veins, infiltrated, never entertained. Got me separated from the land, and got me feeling the same. Who we really do blame? What? The ones that oversee, you overstand. Should we blame it on the man's plan? Who really has the power in their hands? Slave drivers on the clan, or the Nazis, or the Africans. It's really all under the sand. The victims have a plan, should you really give a damn? He's just a fan of the revolution. Knowledge reigns supreme over evolution. Knowledge reigns supreme over evolution. The knowledge reigns supreme over evolution. Telling me that the by and by, time after time, just to revive, seeking your fire, open your heart. It's like what? By and by, time after time, just to remind, seeking your fire, open your eye, it never go blind. It's all in the mind, the self-God divine. Telling the truth, self-God divine. All of my roots shine, the self-God divine. And yo, school, let's run up. Represent the crew. Rebel Diaz up in a place to be. Peace, peace. Hold it down, son. It's 5 Points. Living in the house in a place to be. All my people, peace to my brother Sharif. Peace to Cop Watch. Watch the cops. Pop the cops. Yeah. It's motivation. Hey yo, SD, tell them what you do. Governor would have a chance to burn in hell. They never lock the truth away, you know what's in the jail. We manifest the fire, go and tell them how we feel. Manifested in the light and always do right. Water signs in the blue night. Never had the reason to lie. But wisdom is born, look in your third eye. Indigenous be feeling us from door to door. In the way the vulture try to disrespect my core. You ought to know, son, we didn't get caught. Blocks from the ground stretched down to the floor. 42 shots and all of us are shot to the Babylon wall. You dig? My life scorched the snakes till the ass blown away. Cause God sees everything in the night and day. And God will see everything in the night and day. Motivate, don't play this night. It's motivation. I'm sick of Babylon faking. Offering me the sand cover, but the ship is shaking. With the chains on, yeah, my yacht turn it over, but the land is gone. Plus they lost the number in the cell phone. Lost the number to Africa, and then they won't call home. Bathed in the mysteries of past life mystery. Belligerent energy just not necessary. We let the truth shine through the acts we carry. So we let the truth shine through the acts we carry. So we let the truth shine through the acts we carry. So we let the root shine through the acts we carry. So we let the truth shine through the acts we carry. And so we let this root, we let the truth, we let the truth, we let that truth, we let that truth shine. Through the vibe, through the time, through the mastermind. Motivation, DJ SD up on the cuts. You know what I mean? It's cool with the flavor. Freedom for all political prisoners. Grow your own food. Eat vegetables. Grow vegetables. Alright? We'll do some vibration. We call it Motivation Crew. Representing worldwide hip-hop and rock music all over. This is going out for my people. If you got hands, clap them. Check it. Yeah. But I know that motivation is the nation. Teach them on the way, them in the boom, and on the love of one, them motivation. Teach the nation. Let's see. Put it on the motivation. It's the nation. Teach the way, them on the love, and on the motivation. It's the nation. Yeah. But the rain I get the love and all to see the be not true. It's the way we teach them on our road. Now they want to get time, they want to move on. They say want to teach you, now they like the ball on. They don't want to get down, but you know what they out. They don't know the way the life, they know the all about. And just because you get in the president's son, don't mean they gonna change the love of the nation. But I want to get the life to be good God. They're the always send your brother, John, the brother your God. Grow your own food and protect the life and some pistol. We don't need money, cause see what they run on. We Anyway, they get them, I should get your water. But the life we gonna get this to the master. Don't you wanna get something right? But the t-shirt when they beat not like the way I'm on that nation. It's the nation. T-shirt we they use the way we gonna get that truth when I'm on that nation.
Motivation, girl.
It's the no.
Go ahead, sing along.
I'm on that nation. It's the nation. T-shirt we the truth, we keep the roots of overstand and we them on that nation. Reggae nation. We the name on the world. Yeah. You understand the way we come in like. Don't teach you for the love, you know you be the light. If you read the Bible and you want to see the light, you always stand for the one who tried. And watch the for the one who take your life. But they don't understand because we right. Do what you do, then I may not stay true. Watch out for Babylon and what I can't true. Too many jailfuls, the one is not two. What's on the man, the money, the men in blue. Carrying up guns and like a one to shoot too. Cause you got them in the revolution come through. We never gonna see they know we go. The press no true. It's the way we do all BG will come through. Revolution gonna let you know. Bumping on the motivation. It's the nation. Wonder what the teacher wonder where we gonna put it on the motivation. Teach the nation. If you better understand. Obama won't give you freedom. It's the nation. Better watch out cause you know they built up the blood. See they want the nation. It's the nation. You better overstand now. Yeah, it's like that. Motivation. Represent 5 points. SE. We don't give thanks for the ancestors right now. If you got some ancestors, call them out. Bernie Mac, Isaac Hayes, Bonnie Brown, James Brown, Henry Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Malcolm X, Dr. King, all my beats, y'all. I know y'all got some people, yo. Count out your family real quick. You know what I'm saying? If you got water, pour that. You know what I'm saying? If you're next to a tree, hug that. You know what I mean? It's the beats right now. We just want to give thanks. We want to acknowledge Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla changed all of our lives. Even if you don't know. R.I.P. to my man Bonnie Brown, who just passed a couple weeks ago. It's realness. You know what I mean? Screw it. We're gonna make you happy. So, peace to all the crew, all my people who came before, went before. This is love. It's rock. Alright. This one's going out. So all my people understand the life we live in and how we do this. And it's in our game. Alright. Let's get some crowd response in this though. Check it. Yeah. Say yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all.
Not
Yes,
that,
yes,
come on.
y'all. Yes, yes, y'all.
All right.
Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all.
Yes, yes, y'all.
Yes, yes, y'all. Check it. Shoot is mine. Be the chemical rise. Be the all-going racial gap for civilized. Look in the eyes of power winners and lies. Suspend the weak of politicians who cause the spies. Elevated, educated all of our lives. In any reason, believe and see the higher skies. Life is the culture, principles purify. Honor the natural prophets and magnify. To God is my DJ, glad you asked why. Listen, ring a calling to go to the sky. Really all mental till death passes by. Get bushy, get black, Babylon would die. Ultimate temperatures to go with just time. Rewind the next thing for life in the life. Then prophesied before the genocide. We're gonna put it up in the third eye. We're gonna message on the teach on the way we gon' roll. We must step in the guns on the will be dark songs. We don't know when the rock and them about tough. They don't know that we'll be going about fun. Oh God to see when we represent true. This the way that make them on the motivation crew. Represent the number one that make the sun true. Red, black and green and black panther too. That's the one to see when the way we come up. Lick a shot to the man's son black. If they try, they gonna wanna lock you this stuff that this the way we gonna do. We represent nice, represent for the life, cause you know we think twice. We here because you know we understand, son. And we that you is mine, and the beat of the time, we that you is mine. Chemical rise, all over racial gap, but civilized. Look in the eyes of how we witness and lie. Suspect that we politicians who cause us spies. Elevate and educate in all of our lives. Read and believe and see the higher sky. Life is the culture, principles purify. Honor the natural prophets and magnify. God is my DJ, glad you asked why. Listen, reincarnate and go through the sky. Really all mental till death passes by. Get bushy, thick like Babylon will die. Ultimate sympathies to former chest ties. Rewind the mixtape for life is still alive. Get prophesied before the genocide. To inspect the damage you hear while people cry. So open the try. Open up your third eye, word. Yeah, lick up a shot, Denver. Where you at? Where you at? Yeah. Be that C. Hey. Tell them. Be that C. Hey. Yeah, yeah. Tell them. It's motivation. Peace. Yeah. Scooby-Doo. Caper. Be that C. A, B, E, M. Represent the crew is motivation. Mustn't take it over, must go and teach the nation. Represent is love and life, thinking it twice. We put the fist up right. Bluff if you get hot. Represent the life and the love we gonna spin up. Revolution must go and get up. If you on the ground, stand up now. If you on the seat, stand up now. If you in the street, stand up now. If you got your heat, stand up now. Revolution, 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 revolution. Yo, be that C-A-V-E-M. Represent the crew from the motivation. Represent deep link to Zulu Nation. Peace to all my guys in earth and sun. Represent, you know we gonna get down, we won. Get it down till we be the light, it's the sun. Get down, you know we come to slam Nuba. Get the crew, you know it's been so true. Better watch out, cause the cats are gon' cut you. With the knowledge of self, cover the spiritual wealth. Sharif know the self, cause you know it's a light. Repping it twice, what is gonna do with the black? Be the C, A, B, E, M. Represent the crew motivation. This is what we represent, the love is Zulu Nation. It's like that, singing peace, it's like what? Be the C, A, B, E, M. Represent the crew motivation. So you better understand, you know we get it up. And if you wanna get down, you know when they come on, say revolution. Say revolution. 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 Aye. Say what? You know what I mean? We gonna represent that for all my people. Cause you know it's about this love right now. But it's also about taking care of yourself with just love. Self-sufficiency. We can't be waiting on the government to grow our own food and, you know what I mean? If they stop making your drawers, you ass out. That's my word. Alright? But the one that gets someone that's gonna teach the truth. But the one that gets someone that's gonna teach the truth. You wanna get someone that's gonna teach the truth. Oh no. But the one that say the man, the bad boy. Talk about politics, the man that comes on. Depending on the man, say man, the bad real mankind. We're gonna teach the road, the man, the man, say come try. This the way we gonna policy, come on and love. But the one that teach them, they come about. But then they better watch it go we done. Don't play no mission, they make the kind of sun. But the teacher, but the way they go team. But the man, they gonna go free. Them when they overstand when we mean. Teach them and they wanna keep us in. This the way the boss on the way they control. Teach them and they with the money, now you wanna know. You think that this nation gonna free you? We the big who does it find that not true? Walk up on the scene, I'm in the middle of the bus, it don't run to the ground. Always in the way, and the t-shirts the side. Come straight from the lake, the man that get back. We gonna see the money when they give me that sun. We only want to go, they see the road, no. But the motivation don't stand tall. But I'm the man that rock at that tall. But then it is the true man, you know. I'm the man that see we come true. But the man that made the see now, you know we gon' do. Better think through, the man that never free you. But some you know we come true. But the man we do. This the way the life we don't you know we come true. But the man that think through, they never free you. Ready for yourself on the war. You gonna watch out for the war. Ready for yourself, yeah, your war. You better grow your food, stack your things. Ready for yourself, yeah, your war. But the one to see the one that's true. Yeah, you better free your man of war. Better learn how to grow your food. You wanna see the better start to pull up. Beast the better get them in the house up. Buy some land and then you move out. You must see when they need to win a throne. Not to want them in detention. It's only coming on the beast nation. Much love goes, you know we overstand. We don't want to see the red, black and red land. But the only one to see no, see no. But the teacher money know we going on. You overstand the way in the sun. Hey, 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 hey. So many steps towards the freedom, so many steps on the righteous path. So many steps towards the freedom, so many steps on the righteous path. Yeah, oh, motivation. 5 points, east side. First thing I want to say, R.I.P. to Paul Charles, and link up a shot to the DPD. Because they shot my family, you know what I mean? That ain't right. Revolution. Yeah. Revolution. Yeah. Wanna teach the truth. Crops like locusts in West Africa, propaganda entertain. Yo, who am I to change my ways in life? When the government's stealing and killing and we know it ain't right, I grab my pen and pistol on the march, ready to fight. Zealous path, higher height, intellect might. God bless the third eye to see the insight out the sight. Asking questions in the light, in the darkness of Babylon. Indigenous ancestors not long gone, living war of form. So-called niggas busted with guns. We're white and blue, making silence happen in fun. Comedic ancestor is one word from the motherland. I'm about to have a son up in the solar system. Got you. You got him. Hey, yo, bump that. Got him. Got him. You know what I mean? We got him. Yeah. Thinking ain't nothing going on. There's a war going on. Y'all chilling at home, eating Cocoa Puffs. Yo, we gotta understand where we at. After y'all leave this venue, everybody head over to Whole Foods or some grocery market and go straight to the produce section. You don't need nothing else in the store except what's in the produce section. I'm trying to start a movement of vegetarians. We need to be able to, you know, free these animals, if you understand what I'm saying. If we can't free this nation, let's let mankind and the earthlings and the rest of the other planetary alignments free themselves. You know what I mean? Because it's about liberation for our own people and our guidance for our own life. Peace, love, and unity, liberation, represent Motivation Crew. To all my people up at the spot, you know what I mean? Peace to Dead Prez. Peace to Ashar Equidao. You know what I mean? Peace to Brother Jeff. Peace to jail, I mean, to the African queens, peace. DJ SD, all my people up in there, we doing this right now because we all understand what's going on. Thank you to the police, because they holding it down over there too. Make sure everybody say what's up. Aight, 100, one love.
Bicycles and scooters and stuff, you know? Like, come out, ride around and look at the beautiful people, okay? That's what we gonna do. So check it out. We have some more acts for you this evening, this afternoon, right? I'm pretty excited about them. I'm pulling out my handy dandy schedule here, because, you know, I mean, forgetting stuff. So, the next band that we got on...
When it passes, put it in the fastest, put it on the canvas with no brush. See a man in the road with a head in the score with a pen, but it tiptoe tucks and I make no fuss. Gonna feel to the side and it needs to bite my tongue. Inspired flight to San Diego. We'll be right back for you.
The United States' worst president in history about to leave, but that does not mean we can stop paying attention. Now, our music is not really of a political nature, but we're here to make you feel good and to pay attention to a cause that we can all believe in. It's about unity, it's about freedom, and it's about democracy, and it's about history right here in Denver.
Right on.
Remember this. Let's have some fun, everybody. It's okay. Yes, sir.
Be fucking around my sex. Yeah, bro. That's bro.
Keep it tripping up. Records. All right, Denver, let's get this going. Feel free to move to the front. We'll put on a little show for you. Mic check. Yeah. Please. Just don't hurt me. Just don't hurt me. No. You can't search me. You can't search me. Please, officer. Just don't hurt. Just don't hurt. Just don't hurt me. No, officer. You can't search me. You can't search me. Yo, I'm a rhyme sayer. I was made into line paper. My mind's greater. It's like I can define nature. It's a long walk, yo, but it's definitely these shoes. Look, please do. Yo, but it's best as a free spoon. I'm just trying to make the roads whenever my name's spoken. Same slogan. Drinking, blazing, and chain smoking. Yo, it's hard to understand. Even from deep south to the freak south. Cause I'm coming to clean houses. The showstopper. Glow dropper. The glow trotter. The soul part of the cold heart. You get porn. Gotcha. Soul pop with the gold. I'm just like, oh, papa. So cold. Don't post you can throw the show. It's the track addict. Have manic and asthmatic with the bad habits. Stop rappers you can't hack. You practice black magic. The back habits and trap jackets. And swing the ball of people that's good that he's fantastic. Please. Mr. Officer, just don't hurt. Just don't hurt. Just don't hurt. Just don't hurt me. No, officer, you can't search. You can't search. You can't search. Please, officer, just don't hurt. Just don't hurt me. officer, you can't search me. You can't search. You wanna see me drink my body weight in liquor? I'm a perfect mixture of hillbilly and city slicker. Get my system in the shit out your prom queen. Put the match on pay-per-view and drop it off the beat like Don King. Quick fried like farmers through gas niggas and ganja. Father me through the conga, but watch the helicopter. The judges have to get ya. You should have called her. I was caught trying to quarter to her. Yeah, border up. Y me dijeron que si no los pago, que eso se varía. Zapatos, cemento, sin un lago, lejos. Salpicadura, hundir más o menos. Pero agarré sus bloqueos porque soy la mano negro. Y ya me dejo, music don't stop. Stick to the boat, we gotta work it out till I'm gonna go with God. Something like this one, something I'm arrested here. It looks like that for someone from the government. So please, Mr. Officer, just don't hurt me. Just don't hurt me. No, officer, you can't search me. You can't search me, please. Mr. Officer, just don't hurt me. Just don't hurt me. Just don't hurt me. No, officer, you can't search me. One more time. So please, Mr. Officer, just don't hurt me. Just don't hurt me. Just don't hurt me. No, officer, you can't search me. You can't search me. You can't search me. What's going on, Denver? Make some noise. Make some noise for your Miranda rights.
Welcome to America! No, you're right.
We're higher minds. Trying to keep it conscious out here, you know? Doing negative hip-hop out there, you know? We're doing make music, not war. Yeah. From California to Colorado, make shit happen. Yeah. Shout out to Inspired Flight. Yo. Here I am, the killer bee sticking in brains. And here I am, you take the neck out of sick in the rain. Here I am, rhymes above, bringing the pain up the temperature change. The moment you feel like the flames, and here I am. Come on, y'all, we're calling the boss off. Not even more, calling the border with drunk laws. Feeling with all laws, living beyond laws. Stepping out in the brain, the skin is a lost cause. I'm all up to eat, born of a ghost disease. Thinking of old folks, you think was no TV. No more TV, it's all TV. Spinning for the facts of man, that's so really I'm a perfect example of a focus to die. The most of the ones like guns, I'm a focus to hide. I'm perfectly got the surface of the earth of God. I'm already gone, the sun from a door to a bar. Throw your arms, completely beat the curve. Throw your arms, and I'm feeling the curve. All the liquor with the wisdom that before this game. I'm set like a board in my head. Here I am, a killer bee sticking the brains. And here I am, in the neck and the sing in the rain. Here I am, rise above from bringing the pain. The feelings of pressure, I'm more than water, I'm hotter than the thermometer's range. I feel the pressure under the weight of entrapping shame. The return of the flow of alcohol in my veins. God to change, stop man, swallow my flames. I saw everything from trap. Even death never thought that I could cheat down to my body and soul detached. Pressing gravity, bug on my hands. I can't dance, I'm just pulling my pants. Back or forward, like a platoon of a free showman. Thank you very much. We got a few more songs. Keep it moving around. Hey, on the microphone, line it up. Yeah, I got a monitor on my mic. We get some more mic in the monitor. Yeah. From the land with the pretty girls, man. And if not, we should get back in the kiddie pool, man. It's right. The bottles are so deep in oxygen. On the top of a boat. Yeah. I'm from the land and the pretty girls, man. My body's on fire, make the city burn, man. Sunny days are made for money plays, and my lady's like a punch, smoking a honey blaze. I'm from the land with the pretty girls, man. If not, we should get back in the kiddie pool, man. It's right. The bottles are so deep in oxygen. On the top of a boat. At the high school cruise, watch for the cop. We see them by the blues, the music will stop. As I hit the 3-foot, then my eyes were shut. Now my only vaporize, I'm refined and such. But these days, things are wonderful. For the first time, feeling kind of comfortable. It pitch me so tight when it's playing the game that I'd rather be the coach. Open, skip me, I'm born and raised, and I'll do it again. Trust me, I recruit my friends from with me. I just keep it like we used to do. Thinking all the same mistakes, cause it's good for you. Feel me? From the man, pretty girls, man. Turn out, we should go look in the kiddie pool, man. Bottles are so deep in oxygen, on the top of a boat. No, I'm from the land and the pretty girls, man. My body's on fire, make the city burn, man. Sunny days and days with money plays, and my lady's like a bucket. Smoking a honey glaze, got me tripping. Also take a look to the gym. The bass is big at the boom back, cool cats. It's tripping from them with the shroom caps. Who's that? Original lyrical fullback. The bruise cats with brutal attacks. Battle with the sun don't stand and we hit the strip. Lady looking all mysterious, your clips her lips. Grab her to the belt loops of her hips and dip. Knuckleheads try to start shit. Yeah, I don't even trip, cuz. I'm from the land where the pretty girls stand. Nah, you should get back in the kiddie pool, man. Cause right here, the puzzles is OG. Need oxygen, running and jumping with both feet. I'm from the land and the pretty girls, man. The bodies on fire, make the city burn, man. Sunny days and maze for money days. And my lady's like a plant, smoking 100 days. That's just a little bit about where we're from. A little bit about where we're from. We're checking out where you're from. It's all goodness out here. We like it a lot. Love the weather, love the people. How you all feeling? All right, Denver, make some noise. We're coming out. We create 68. Yo, Stevie B, hard-working man right here. My style is tough as Teflon. Who's the B-boy out there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get up that hill. I saw some people breaking out there. Who's the B-boy? I'll go in front. Go ahead, go in front. Oh! There we go. Just dance them out a little bit. It's okay. These guys got the idea. They got the idea right here. It's okay. All right, Stevie B, what you got for him? Oh, shit. You done did it now. You done did it now. Stevie B, what you got for these folks right here? Stevie, what? Hey, I'm just a hard-working man. Trying to get you up here to fucking pay me. Oh, but you're destructive. I say, yeah. I get you right when the creeps fancy, naked and wild. You said now, yeah. But can you dig it? 'Cause this demon's got my ladies like, whoa, whoa. Tell her better now. Flashback from the trip to class. Hold up with the grip of grass and the split the last. The dip dash and the police can kiss my ass. If you roll with Stevie B, ladies, take you glass. Fast forward, I'm living in LJ. I still wait until LA, still in my bills paid. So she on the rocks and nice cakes. So now that's how Stevie is white tape. Let me say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slowly roll. Número, para la pena, si mo, para la sur, mano. Soy amo, los putos, cali, vamos, no, si que te riesgo. Cantas, porque quiero. Nobody was cool, but it's really claro. Y cada día yo puedo fumar la mota. Escóndete que viene la chota. I go up top now, chillin'. It's my rock, feelings. I'm a bass spread in the hand. I got caught feelings. Uno, dos, and the walls will come close. Good, because he's a hard-working man. Trying to get you off your ass. Someone save me, say, oh, I'm just too drunk and hot. Doing that, yeah. I quit next Friday, but till then, what? I'll go have a good time. Doing that, yeah. Get it together, talk is cheap. When you walking and I know, whoa. What about that, Denver? Hard-working man. They got the idea of doing some crowd back there.
On the move, and long live revolution. I'm Ramona Africa. I'm Minister of Communication for the MOVE organization out of Philadelphia. I am also a former political prisoner of 7 years, and I'm also the sole adult survivor of the government bombing of me and my family that led to 11 deaths, 5 babies, and 6 adults being burned alive. Most importantly, I'm a revolutionary and proud of it. Anybody scared of that word out there? All right. What I want to talk to you about today, it's not going to take long. It's about people talking about disenfranchisement, people being disempowered. What I'm saying is nobody should feel disempowered. We all have power. The power is truly within the people. The only time we are disempowered is when we give our power over to some politician. That's when we're disempowered. There is no savior out there. There will be no savior coming to rescue us. We are our saviors. The power is truly within the people. We just have to come to that realization and take back the power that have been given over to these politicians and politicians to come. Politics is not the answer to our problems. We have had politics for thousands of years. Politicians for thousands of years. Black politicians, white politicians, women politicians, men politicians, you know, Latino politicians, Asian politicians. But things have not gotten better for us. They have gotten steadily worse. And if we want to improve our condition, if we are sincere and serious about improving our condition, then we don't have to look no further than ourselves and the example that we set and the work that we are willing to do. Now, let me make this clear. I'm not up here saying this just to say it. I live it. Move people have been fighting this rotten-ass system for close to 35 years now. We've been beat up, locked up, had our babies killed, had pregnant Move women beat, stomped, kicked into miscarriage, all by this system, all by its cops. These people can hurt us because we're alive. We have feelings. Anybody that's alive can be hurt. But the thing is, with Move, we can be hurt. But God damn it, we won't be stopped. And that's the issue. That is the issue. I joined Move in 1979. I encountered Move. I didn't know anything about revolution and what a true revolutionary really is. I had no idea what to really expect on May 13th of 1985 when this government dropped a bomb on me and my family, and I became the only adult to survive it. I mean, I knew that these people were crazy, but you just cannot even conceive of what they will do. And I was asked, did I want to stay on that activity, you know, knowing that something was going to happen soon, or did I want to go on to another activity? And I said, no, you know, I'll stay on this activity, I'll deal with it. But I had no idea what I was going to have to deal with. The point is, I dealt with it. I was arrested after the bombing and murder of my family as the only adult to survive it. I was put in jail for 7 years. But I didn't turn traitor to my belief, to the principle of revolution, the principle of righteousness, and trust me, there is nothing special about me. I am just somebody who was blessed enough, fortunate enough to be given a strong, righteous belief, and that strong, righteous belief made me strong, made me righteous, because you are what you believe. You're not what you say, you are what you believe and what you do. That's what my belief have done for me. And I'm telling you this because there is nobody out there that can't do what's necessary for this revolution. Now, it ain't necessary for everybody to be on the front line. It ain't necessary for everybody to go to jail or be beat up by cops or whatever. It's not necessary. But what is necessary is for everybody It is everybody's obligation to do whatever it is you can do to support revolution. That's what's important. That's what you are obligated to do. Now, I don't stand up here and presume to tell you what you should be doing. Only you know that. Only you know what you can honestly do. And the point is, you are obligated to do that, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. I tell people all the time, if you just have access to a photocopy machine, make copies of information and send it out to people. Give it to people who can distribute it. You know, if you have a vehicle and you got a day or two where you can offer, you know, your services to drive people around who are working and don't have, you know, a vehicle to get them around to do the work of this revolution, offer your services to do that. If you are parents with young children, get together with other parents who have young children so that you can work out, you know, a schedule of taking care of the children so that you can all be more involved in doing things. If you like to cook, when there's a big activity coming up like this, you know, and people are working, you know, damn near 24 hours trying to make this happen, fix them some food, goddammit, and feed them. That's important. You know, that gets you in touch with people who are doing the work, and you will soon be doing more work. I don't care if you are the most cosmetic person on the face of the earth with your hair perfectly coiffed, with, you know, Gucci shoes and Louis Vuitton handbags and the whole 9 yards. If you know, are wise enough to understand that things are wrong and that something needs to be done, God damn it, get together with your other bougie friends. Put on a fashion show or something and raise some money for people who are doing this work. There is something that everybody can do. Something that everybody can do, regardless of money and finances and regardless of time. There is something that everybody can do. That is the solution to our problems. That is true revolution. Revolution starts here with the understanding that you are obligated to contribute to this revolution. Not for Ramona, you know, not for Ramona, not for Recreate 68, you know, not for Leonard Peltier or the Move 9 or Mumia Abu-Jamal or Mutulu Shakur, but for your goddamn self, for your family, for your babies. Move don't want to see no more babies burned alive. Move don't want to see no more Mumia Abu-Jamals sitting on death row despite his innocence. Move don't want to see no more Amadou Diallos, you know, shot at 41 times by cops, hit 19. We don't want to see no more Sean Bells, you know, shot down by police 50 times. We don't want to see no more of that. And because we truly don't, we are doing the work to make sure that that kind of viciousness stops. And it stops with the decision to work against this system, to stop believing in it. See, that's the problem. We believe in this system. You know, we see some things that are wrong, some things that we don't like, you know, and those feelings are real, but we got to get past the feeling to the activity, because words don't mean a goddamn thing. You know, feelings don't mean a goddamn thing. Only the action means something. And I'm not even talking about a week-long series of demonstrations and protests. I ain't even talking about million men, million women, million youth marches. You know, while they're good and people should, you know, do these things, get out in the street, but these motherfuckers don't care about people getting out in the street 1 day, 2 days, a week. What they care about is people demonstrating the principle of revolution 24/7, 7 days a week, living it. That is why we went through hell when our family was bombed and murdered. We still go through hell because we got innocent people in prison, innocent family members with 30 to 100 year sentences. Their 30-year minimum was up this year. They saw the parole board, and the parole board, despite Move's innocence, decided that they were denying them parole because our family won't lie and say they're guilty, all right? So, I mean, we understand what's happening here. We have been through hell with this system. But the thing is, we keep going. We keep going. We don't stop. We understand that there's no choice here. There is no choice when you're talking about what? Going back, endorsing the system that dropped the bomb on us, that murdered our babies, that beat our pregnant Move women, you know, threw our children over banister rails. No, there is no choice here. There ain't but one thing we can do, is unite and do everything and anything we can to stop these crazy, vicious motherfuckers from coming at us.
Yeah!
It is pointless to look to our oppressor, our enemy, for the solution to our problems. You know, we cannot look to them to stop themselves from oppressing us, exploiting us, enslaving us. It's not going to happen. Could Jews look to Hitler for the means to stop the Holocaust? You know? Could Africans look to plantation owners for the way to stop slavery? You know? Could black South Africans look to the apartheid regime for the means, the blueprint to stop apartheid? Hell no. So what would make any of us think that we could look to this rotten-ass system for the blueprint, the ways and means to stop them from doing what they're doing? They ain't trying to stop. They're escalating. They want to keep this shit going. So how can we look to them for the means to stop this? We have to look to ourselves. You know, that is the solution. We have to start thinking for ourselves and stop allowing these people to cause us to hallucinate about something that is not working for us. They endow people with this thing called legality. Now, Move does not believe in crime, all right? But we know who does, and that's the system. So when they talk about legality and something being illegal or something being, you know, legal and you have to do it, we don't want to hear that shit. Because slavery was legal, the Holocaust was legal, these cops running around shooting people down is legal, they don't go to jail for it. Nobody went to jail for murdering my family. So we ain't trying to hear nothing about legal. All we care about is what's right. Now, if you can prove what you're saying right, we don't have no problem with you. But get out of our face with that legal nonsense, because that's something created by the system for the system. You know? So we ain't trying to hear nothing about legal, and we are not going to allow our enemy to convince us that we're wrong or criminal for resisting their oppression. That's bull. We ain't accepting that. And we will not be fooled by that. I mean, our family, we got 8 people now sitting in prison for the accusation of murder, a murder that the government knows they didn't commit. But they said my family committed a murder, and they have them sitting in prison with 100-year sentences each. Meanwhile, fast forward to a few years later, and these same goddamn officials murder our family, 5 babies and 6 adults. And ain't one of them sitting in prison for murder. Not a one of them. And we're supposed to accept our family sitting in prison. We're supposed to accept our brother Mumia Abu-Jamal sitting on death row for the accusation of murder, a murder he didn't commit, when the whole world watched these maniacs drop that bomb on me and my family, and ain't none of them sitting in jail for murder, 11 murders. No, can't nobody convince us to accept this nonsense. Can't nobody get in our face and convince us to accept an indigenous brother like Leonard Peltier being called a murderer and being given a double life sentence. Leonard is a murderer, being called a murderer by the same goddamn people who murdered and slaughtered Leonard's ancestors into virtual extinction. And we're supposed to be convinced to call Leonard a murderer. We're supposed to be convinced that these maniacs aim, their goal is justice. Please, what are we, stupid? Naive? Well, some people may be, but move ain't, goddammit. And we will fight and continue to fight these people until we're in the dirt, I guess. Because we ain't never going to stop. They ain't got enough guns, cops, judges, jails, prosecuting attorneys, prison guards. They ain't got enough to stop John Africa's MOVE organization. And that should be the attitude that everybody has, because people will look at what happened to MOVE, you know, our family being in prison, us being bombed, etc., and say, well, look, you know, I ain't trying to do what you do because I don't want that to happen to me. But the thing is, it's already happening to people. Amadou Diallo wasn't a MOVE member. He wasn't out in the street saying, long live revolution, you know? He was just a brother trying to make it, you know? Sean Bell wasn't a revolutionary, a MOVE member, and I'm not criticizing these brothers. I'm just telling it like it is and trying to show you that whether you speak up and get involved or not, you ain't safe. Keeping your mouth shut, staying at a distance is not your security. When something is threatening you, your only, you know, safety and security is to get rid of what's threatening you. You know, that's what we gotta do. And I mean on all levels. Because when MOVE say we believe in freedom, we ain't just talking about blacks, whites, Asians, people. We're talking about all life. Because the same mentality that will take a tiger from the wilds of India and put it in a cage, transport it over here, put it in a zoo, and call it entertainment, is the same goddamn mentality that snatches people off the street and put them in jail for money. You know, when we say we believe in freedom, we believe in freedom for all life, all right? When we say we believe in freedom, we believe in the air being free from poison, the water being free from pollution, the earth that feeds us being free of toxic waste. That's what we mean when we say we believe in freedom. We're talking totality here. We ain't making no allowances for the lack of freedom. So I hope people understand what I'm saying here. I hope you will think about it and it will influence you. If you're not involved in anything, to get involved. And if you're already involved, to push just a little bit harder. You know, because things are too serious. You know, people's lives, people's freedom is at stake. Your life is at stake. Mumia may be sitting in a crystallized jail on death row, but we are all on death row. We are all on death row. It just hasn't, you know, crystallized to us yet, but we are all on death row. So I'm talking about something that should be very personal to each and every one of us. So I'm not talking long because it's past words at this point. People know what's happening here, and we should all know what we got to do. That's the bottom line. The worst thing that you can do is nothing. So get involved, do something, make that decision, make that commitment now. Push harder if you're already involved. The thing is, we got work to do. So let's get together and do this work, and don't let nothing or nobody try to drive wedges between us. We have to be unified. Our enemy may not agree on everything. They don't agree on everything. But when it comes to oppressing us, they come together and leave them differences aside. You know, that's what we have to learn to do. Come together for what's important here and let them differences stay aside till we do what we gotta do. What we gotta do here. Freedom has to be our priority. With that, I'm gonna say on the move, long live the Move 9, Leonard Peltier, you know, long live the Zapatistas, the Puerto Rican Independistas, long live those elders, those grandmothers, those native grandmothers out there on Black Mountain in Arizona fighting for their existence. Long live our sisters and brothers in Puerto Rico, on that island, I can't think of the name of it now, where they're bombing all the time, Vieques, you know, where they're bombing all the time. Long live Earth First, the Animal Liberation Front, the Earth Liberation Front. Long live all those that fight for freedom, that fight for life. Long live all those that love life and freedom enough to fight for it. Long live the spirit of resistance. Long live revolution. Long live John Africa. And down with this rotten ass system. On the move.
Check, 1, 2. Check.
answer so they can do their job.
These guys are lame. Something
Beautiful.
Khadijah, oh, you have it.